to the Rip Comics Podcast. I'm Rob, and in our show today we have
Roll.
And I don't think we got... Nope. No, we don't. We don't have him. But we do have a full show today. We have actually quite a bit of news to talk about. One of the first things it's been a thorn. Well, maybe not a thorn in my brother's side, but it is been the subject of much chagrin with my brother. And we're going to talk more about an actual book that came out that he actually had a chance to finally read, and it's something from Donny Cates. He actually got to read something from him. But as we all know, the big well, maybe not everybody, but the big news came out from Marvel. This came out yesterday. King in Black descends upon the Marvel Universe this December. And this basically is a rundown of everything that we need to know about, I guess, the start of the King in Black. That is issue number 2. And as we see in issue number 2 are, of course, our favorite Null. And then you got, I guess, a fallen Captain America. It looks like you got Thing back there.
You have the wrong picture. That has Mr. Sinister with wings.
Like Wolverine at the top up there. And who's this cat right here in the very front?
Captain America.
No, not that one. The one at the top.
Oh, okay. Oh, that one.
Like, yeah, right. Is that Thor? And Doctor Strange is over here under Wolverine, and at the very back, who's that? I don't even know who that is in the back.
There's Thing.
Yeah, I see Thing, and then Spider-Man, and then I'm assuming that's the Hulk.
Is that Storm in the back?
Not the Hulk. Thor. Yeah. Oh, at the very, very, very back.
Yeah. Wait.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, it's not. I can't turn it upside down.
Maybe that's Wraith.
That isn't Captain Marvel.
Yeah, you know what? It is. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you caught that. So there you go. So you got Captain Marvel. That's interesting. You got Wolverine. We haven't even dove into it, and we're already dissecting this picture. Well, obviously, these are going to be some players that are coming into play. As far as I know, this is issue number 2. Null has been coming since I think last year. Everybody's waiting to find out how our King of the Symbiotes was finally going to descend, and it happens just in time for Christmas. The latest chapter, writer Donny Cates and Ryan Stigman, the radical reshaping of the Venom mythos. King in Black is an event years in the making that will change everything that you've thought or knew about the symbiotes. And I mean,
all those years wasted. All those wasted years, is that what they're telling us?
All those wasted years. So obviously it's all those cats, but now they were all falling. But I mean, obviously the Hulk wasn't in that photo. So what we had,
Cyclops.
Yeah, so we got Null up at the top, aka Mr. Sinister 2, and then we got this one, Iron Man, the Hulk, and Captain America behind Venom, who's just doing a heroic pose
in the sky.
Yeah, looking up, and then you got
licking up.
Down in the corner left, we have Wolverine ready to attack somebody, and then Spider-Man swinging in, looking like Presto Magic Spider-Man. By the way,
yes,
like they just kind of. Good thing we had that episode before, and then of course Cyclops looking like a.
Cyclops. You can't really pose Cyclops in that many different poses.
Yeah, maybe he does his hand the other side of his temple, and then the other.
I thought he only has a button on his palm
that can make it. Well, I think maybe they're going retro on this one.
Yeah, well, it would be both. I thought he did both in the old. Never mind.
And if you notice, those aren't earbuds that are hanging from Null's ears. Those are actually ponytails. So
ponytails or sideburns?
I don't know.
Side.
I don't. Maybe that's a secret. We're stumbling on secrets.
His secret. Those are tentacles.
Oh, there you go.
From Gunslinger. Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh no, here we go. Okay, this is what I was talking about. King in Black, Namor #1. offers a deep dive into Marvel history to learn about Null's chilling connection to Atlantis. He's everywhere, dude. He's in the Bermuda Triangle. He's in Atlantis. He's in space. He's in.
You know what they've successfully done?
What's that? They rewrote everything, dude.
Well, besides that, they've successfully pulled a Forrest Gump in the Marvel Universe. All those things that happen, you're gonna see Null over there drinking soda, just eating popcorn, watching. Captain America get melted from the ice.
They're adding him to JFK. He was there at the grassy knoll. King in Black will also tie in to ongoing titles such as Spider-Woman #7, and a new Black Cat #1.
Oh.
Just when we needed more Black Cat #1s. But yes, we will have more. And then of course, for the first time, this face-to-face matchup will be in Venom #31. And yeah, I mean,
and this just in, Null is going to actually be when they were cloning Cyclops and Jean Grey into Madeline Pryor.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Here's Venom #31, and if you notice, he's ripping away. If everybody, okay, spoilers already happened. Web of Venom, Wraith. Just imagine this. This is something very similar that happened. So we're getting heavy duty here.
There's no sonic waves here. This is just straight up. I'm ripping your
That's it. There's no holds barred. Something like very phenomenal is going to have to happen.
And another spoiler. I mean, he's calling pretty much he's calling the Venom type symbiote his failed experiments.
Right.
I don't know what kind of experiments, like maybe genetic. Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not gonna jump off the Sinister thing by any chance.
Hey, you can't leave any stone unturned. So then we got Black Cat #1. You got Black Cat leaping in the air, holding on to, I guess, whips and stuff. And then you got the claws of, I'm assuming, I don't know who that is. That's not Null, because that's some kind of claw creature. Maybe it's one of those dragon creatures that are flying around. So you have Black Cat #1 cover looking more Spider-Man looking than some Spider-Man covers I've seen.
Yeah.
And then this one. This one is a weird one. Iron Man, Doctor Doom.
Oh, come on.
Just when you have those.
Is this one of those rap covers that they're like? Is this like?
Yeah, I don't know about this one. You got Santa Claus.
There's like Outcast. Like it looks like the Outcast.
I don't even. I think that's not even regular Santa Claus. That's Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in this one, but I guess they got to have something fun. I guess I don't know. I'm getting.
Is that fun?
I don't know.
Is that what they're? Are we supposed to be Are we having fun yet?
Are we having fun yet? I'm trying to figure out if that's regular Santa Claus or somebody else.
They're looking at each other. Oh.
You know what? It's Null. Null took over Santa Claus. He's been Santa Claus the whole time.
Santa Null. He was there when Tim Allen took over.
Yeah, he was there. He actually helped pick that one out. So yeah. So it's just.
His Iron Man's eyes are a little. Close.
Yeah, it's a little Presto Magic looking.
Did I draw this? Because I could see if I drew this that it would look this bad with the eyes. Because I mean, it's like here's his head. That's like your eyeball close to your ear. Like
yeah.
I have problem with depth. I'll show you my picture right now. I'm drawing and
yeah, it's real up close.
Like from far away, it looks like cool, but then when you get close and are they looking at each other like? Giving that knowing wink, like it's time to take out Santa Claus.
It's the Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Are they wondering like? Are
we supposed to move now?
Yeah, that's it. Santa Claus is controlling. It's going to be like one of those arcade, X-Men arcade where he's like controlling it. Let's read.
Yeah.
What is it?
Okay. Iron Man has risked everything to save Eddie Brock. But now he's left with nothing but guilt. as longtime frenemies. Dr. Doom shows up. The frenemies, there you go, shows up with both counseling words and ulterior motives. They'll be forced to battle an all too familiar specter of the holiday season. So,
Spectre. Oh, he's a ghost now.
yeah.
He's a cosmic. He's a cosmic. Santa Claus is a cosmic. First appearance.
Yeah, cosmic. Yeah, he's gonna.
He's a new herald.
Yeah, because I looked at Santa Claus up there. He didn't look like a regular Santa Claus. He looked like some kind of psychotic Santa Claus.
Symbiote, Carnage Claus, Santa Carnage.
Santa Claus, cling clong. It's a. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And I'm just zooming ahead here. As Iron Man and Doom fight as temporary allies, their unexpected encounter both with each other and a horrifying inversion of the Yuletide joy may ultimately reveal to them the true meaning of nullness. So, you know what? I'm going to go back up to that thing. Yeah.
We were right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got those sinister eyes up there.
But does he have the little pony sideburns? Does he have the?
Well, I see a black 90s hand. Well, and then look, he's got all this. Oh, look, the reindeers have red eyes.
Oh,
yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's evil. So when that Funko Pop comes out, it's just gonna go bananas. Everybody's gonna go.
They're looking for something, but it's not nullness.
Yeah. Look, he's got Grootness happening here. I don't know what's all this. What's all this? I don't even know what's going on in Iron Man. Why does he have all this crap all over him? Tentacles.
I just realized. I don't know, but I just realized I drew a belt buckle on my character, and it's just as big as Doctor Doom. So I guess I'm doing something right.
Oh, wait a minute. That is Santa Claus. Santa Claus has been Doctor Doom the whole time, and that's why he's like, it's like regular Doctor Doom is on vacation. And
hey, that looks like butler. A mustache under his nose. That looks like a Doom Claus.
Iron Man gave Santa Claus Doctor Doom's thing, and they're gonna battle. It's like when
to take over.
Alfred dresses up like Batman.
With a mustache. Oh, yes, I'm just driving in Central Park.
Is this the pose that Dr. Doom uses? Yeah, anyway, I'm not buying that one. Now, look at this Hulk. It's like Kiss. It's like, I don't know what's going on in this cover here. I need to get a better one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
There you go. Look at that. I don't know. That's like some kind of Gene Simmons rock and roll over nightmare cover. I don't know what's going on in this one.
Psycho Circus.
There you go. The Immortal Hulk. Not looking too immortal right there.
He's looking like what is the word I'm looking for?
What it is, it's the King in Black, Immortal Hulk #1 special edition, whatever. Just a one-shot deal, I guess, for this thing. And it is a very skinny, like all his juice was sucked out of him, his powers are gone or whatever, and he's falling into this giant mouth of Null with all the little, the creatures all watching on, all the
night
nuts. Because I guess this battle takes place at the planet, I guess, what is that planet called? That
Hulk?
Venice? No.
Planet Hulk?
No, the planet that Null's from.
Oh,
here, let's read it. A present for the Hulk. We'll just go ahead and read it. Just read it. You want to read it, or I got it, or you got it?
You know what? I'll read it.
Yeah, read it. You read it.
The Hulk is in a bad place. Half of his ultras are dead or missing, including Bruce Banner. And the leaders got the rest of him on the ropes. But never let it be said that Joe Fixit doesn't know how to have a good time. And he's out to make sure this is the best holiday the Hulk's ever had. He just has to fight his way through a planet of symbiotes first. King in Black. I'm reading the next one. I'm reading the next one.
All right, okay. It's right there. See, Mortal Hulk. Yeah, Mortal Hulk.
Number 1, written by Al Ewing, art and cover by Aaron Cooder.
There you
go. There's my voiceover voice.
Okay. Now,
did not know this guy still had a book. Oh, it's 1 of 5. It's a.
Yeah, this is obviously. And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to guarantee.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't know this was the Shazam family. I mean, the Namor family.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, see, do you notice something interesting here? They did this with Black Panther. Do you see what's
They're all
happening here?
females.
Yeah, except that big guy in the back there. I don't know
So it
what
should
he-
be no. It's a see. You're assuming. Look at the hair.
Okay. Well, they could
You're
all be.
assuming,
They could all be females then.
except
Well,
there's the yeah.
he's a fish. Anyway, I don't know. I, I don't. I've seen him come and go. I've heard that okay, wait. So this guy, Submariner, are they brothers? Are they friends? Are they two different dudes, or are they just changed the name?
I didn't know that he. Well, Namor isn't the class. It isn't like his title. That's his name.
Oh,
The
okay.
Submariner is like his superhero name, which I don't know why they would. I mean, like he's Namor, Prince of Atlantis.
Okay. So this is that. I guess they got
Just go
to. They got to reestablish Atlantis. So they're gonna have all these parts.
Let me see. Shuri has taken over. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Namor number 1. Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to read that? It's up to you.
I'll read the next one.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it just says chilling story of the birth of Atlantis' greatest villains. So they're all villains in that. What are they talking about here? The players.
No, because
Okay,
no,
Namor,
because
Lady Dorma of Atlantis, the Outsider, Atoma.
Atuma.
Yeah, all still in their teen years. So this is the teen years, bro. We're going all the way back,
Whoa.
dude.
Well, not only that, but supposedly they're the greatest Atlantean Empire hero. Like, so we're just hearing about them now, but they're the greatest heroes.
Or we're gonna hear
ever.
why we never heard of them.
Oh, well, there you go.
They all became bad guys. That's what it is. I don't know.
Oh, it is a history. It's history. A deep dive into Marvel history and the birth of a threat that will. So this is the
More
going
rewriting.
back to 1955.
Yeah, we're rewriting all that.
Okay.
We didn't know that. Say they didn't know how to draw him back then. That's why you didn't see him in the books.
At the end of this, he's going to be like, in the year 1963, go look for an iceberg. And then Namor's going to be like, I will do that. Thank you, Null. And so it was because of him that he helped find Captain Steve Rogers.
Captain Wonderful. Oh, look at that. Is that? See, look, they're all changed there. What the hell happened there?
Different artist. Wait, why did he turn into 80 and Adam Ant? He changes into Adam Ant in the second issue.
Yeah, because those are the same people, but now they're all like.
Oh, later on. So yeah, dude, is that a fish? They're all fish now. They're like fish.
They're more fish than what they were. How's that? What happens there? I mean,
well, I'll read this one.
Yeah. I guess they all just kind of just went ape shit there on that one. Okay. Well, the title of this one, you see, in from one book to the other, this is Namor number 2
of
5. And then, so here we go. All right.
The young Namor, Atuma, and Dorma get to accompany the Swift Riders on a mission. See them in action and learn from them. Okay. But the mission involves Russian alchemists in 1930s Murmansk, a dangerous mystic relic and a catastrophe that brings to life the most menacing threat that Atlantis has ever faced. Now, all of the undersea civilization is imperiled, and only 3 youngsters can save it.
Interesting. So now, okay, so we go back to Atlantis. I don't know when they were in their teens, but now they're still young. But it's the 30s. So
1930s.
Okay, so it's 1930s.
They're in their teens and their 30s.
All right, do you know any of that history of this? I mean, I don't know anything about Namor. I don't know anything.
I've read like maybe 3 stories with Namor in it, and it has to do with Invisible Girl.
Did you? Okay. I don't know.
'Tis the season to be merry. That's my name.
Yeah, you could finish that line. So that was that one. It's so. What are your thoughts on what they're trying to do there?
I don't know. Every time, I know everybody has different ways they draw people, but I have to say, like every time I see Null, he looks different.
Like there's no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's no set. Well, I don't know. Some are like he's real skinny and he's like looks like he's like 20 feet high, and then other
his-
ones he's and then
His
some he's got
front teeth
teeth
and
look like they're like a saw,
Venom,
or venom or
like the
something.
Larson Venom, because when Larson draws it, he's like
Yeah, the teeth
his
are all
venom
over.
comes out
Yeah.
down here, and
So yeah, so that's a little null. That's what's happening with null right now. The other thing in the news, and this is I thought was interesting, is this. Marvel introduces Wolverine's new arch nemesis.
Salam selective.
So, and we kind of talked a little bit about this. He's kind of looking, a little. He's got a little bracelet on there with a chain. We're looking at a picture of him right now, and he's got. I'm assuming it's a hood of some kind, and he's got some lighted up parts or some kind of tattoo or something. He's got grapes. There's the grapes, and cheese
Well, there
and,
we go.
and some
Okay,
wine. Yeah,
let's cut straight to what we talked about. The forced hype of a new arch nemesis.
yeah,
I mean, if you're not Sabretooth, I'm sorry. I mean, because to me, that's his arch nemesis. I mean, I don't think anybody's really come close. You can't. I mean, not even Omega Red. Yeah, he didn't have a long enough history or story with him. But to force it to us and say, "Oh, meet Wolverine's new arch nemesis," so if there's no chemistry in the writing, then it's gonna be like Bishop's first part of his story, where it was all great, and then they went nowhere. So is this guy gonna end up just let's just kill him off or something? Because they should just say introducing a new villain, and if the writing's good and people want to see more, then you can start calling him a new arch nemesis. That's like a new sports team coming up and they're rivals now. Wait, no, that's not
no,
you know
I agree. Well, to me, I don't think you can just lay the claim that we're announcing a new arch nemesis just like that.
especially if they're just bringing over Spectre from DC.
Man, I mean, it says down here, it says the Dawn of X relaunch has caused many changes in the X-Men lore. So there you go. You end up having a whole rewrite. So, and Wolverine is no exception. So they're throwing him in there. Marvel recently announced that the Claude Canuck would get a new arch nemesis. Salem. I don't even know how to say it. And then Marvel's statement reads, meet Wolverine's new arch nemesis in X of Swords. The rest of the description says Thor has Loki, Spider-Man has a Green Goblin, and now Wolverine has Solem.
No, see that is sacrilege.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. I don't know how you do that. That
that's yeah.
and it says don't miss the appearance of Wolverine's new arch nemesis in X of Swords, Chapter 3, Wolverine number 6, on sale in October.
Back in the introduction of Fantastic Four, that's like going, the Mole Man is their arch nemesis, and it's like,
Right,
where
and
he's a joke now. They make jokes about him, like whenever anybody does any type of superhero reference, there's a Mole Man, and they almost make fun of the Fantastic Four cover. When Deadpool first came out, you remember that back X-Force or New Mutants and X-Force. He was nowhere near what he is now. There had to be years of buildup, then certain writers, and from that writers to all of a sudden them go, wow, we really like this character and we want more of him. And he's worthy to be in every comic, and they want him in every comic and talking to everybody and stuff like that, teaming up. They didn't just Rob Liefeld didn't come out with Deadpool and go, here's this character that's going to take over the universe of Marvel, and not just X-Men, like Marvel. Like all of a sudden him and Spider-Man were like
he latched on, the story writers latched him on to Spider-Man, and he like adores him and all this other stuff. Look at how long it took to make a movie. Because of years of slowly building that brand of Deadpool. So for them to say Salome is the new arch-nemesis that's like introducing a wrestler first time and having him go for the belt and beating a handicap match between Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and Stone Cold. And all of a sudden,
didn't they do that?
I know, but still.
I think
what?
I think they kind of did that. They brought somebody in for like a big event, but then all of a sudden they end up doing like the regular weekly matches, and then he lost his belt like right away. They gave it to him once or whatever, and I don't know. I remember.
Yeah, Kane wins it for like a day, and But either way, I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You have to build your brand. You have to build the character. You have to build a following. So for them to shove it down our throats and say he's in the league of Spider-Man and Green Goblin, they're just bringing the Green Goblin back, and it's a big thing. But to already put, Salon Selective, whatever, Paul Mitchell, he's under that hood is Paul Mitchell. But
yeah, well, no, yeah, now we had a little thing about that. It's it's going to be the showdown of the century. Paul Mitchell, Salam Select, and Wolverine in Wolverine number 8. X of Swords. Don't hold your breath on that, but that seems like pretty good theory out of all of those. But you know what I mean? I don't know.
No, and
they're
exactly.
they're trying to skip what a year or 2 or 5 years of comics, and because they don't do that anymore. They gotta sell some cool covers. So that brings us to this, which is a cool cover.
It is. You know what? I have to say, I got excited when I started this, and WTF at the end.
Yeah, it's and they play him down a little bit. Yeah, they do have the claw, the long fingernails, and all that, and the long hair. They don't play too much up with the red eyes and all that kind of stuff in this. You do see he is in the planet of the symbiotes. You see all the little symbiotes that are encased him, and then you end up seeing the what?
I mean, anybody who has fought against Gunslinger Spawn he's got to be something.
Yeah, that's right. He did. I remember. I saw that. I showed you that episode.
Exactly.
Yeah. And people will not know what we're talking about. But anyway, what we're talking about right here is Venom of Wraith number 1, written by Donny Cates. The artwork and the cover, Kyle Hotz is the one who did the cover. And do you know Villanova? He did the art in the inside, and they look well together. The cover and that. Sometimes you get a cover that is like totally, you know what I mean? Doesn't.
Well, they could have gone with Scotty Young and chibi Wraith and Null.
Yeah.
I love Scotty Young, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't. Well, wait a minute. So when he's not doing the little kids and all that kind of stuff, and he does it, but they all seem skinny and weird looking, and he does something weird with them. Okay, it says here, the description is, since his appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy, one thing Wraith has made perfectly clear is that he's hunting Null, the god of the symbiotes. Now in the wastelands, on the outskirts of the cosmos, he'll have his chance to face him. Now, is that what really happens?
If we go by that, then this reminds me of Drax versus what's his face?
Yeah, that he was on a quest because you killed. Well, you know what? They did have that. You killed my brother.
Yes, you did.
It was in there.
I saw him with the knife. Oh yeah,
that line was in there, sort of.
Yep.
I was wondering if you were going to catch that, but it.
Oh, it was very.
Yeah.
I read it.
I think he watched Mental Madness. No, never mind. But so not revealing. We're not going to reveal too many spoilers. But go ahead and this first time you've read anything by Donny Cates. I mean, what an issue to give you to read right off the bat. And
right.
But it's good that it's a one shot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, and you didn't tell me that.
I
Well, of course,
honestly,
but it's
I did
gonna
not
lead.
know it was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, see, and we can't give away spoilers. So I'm just gonna say, reading this first time I read Donny Cates. You've talked about him. I guess everybody's talked about him. Um, wow, it brought me back to the kind of writing that we grew up reading in Valiant,
Hmm.
and we kind of talked about this, which is a great segue in what we're talking about. This, and I chose what the little pick that I wanted to do before even reading this, and somehow it was meant to be because the writing was very not bad 90s writing, but it brought me back to reading, the Jim Shooter stuff and stuff like that in early Valiant. Um, I mean, it set a tone. It, again, this was honestly first time I had a look at you know, uh, something new. I know nothing about Null. I read nothing about him. I was like, who the heck is Dylan?
Do you know who Dylan is, by the way?
I do now.
Okay,
I'm guessing it's his son.
Yeah, it's his son. Yeah,
Oh, that's Malcolm.
yeah, it's his son.
Yeah. So, but I enjoyed it. I see, and when I read it, I'm like, man, I can't wait to read more about Wraith. And from there, I mean, so it reminded me of characters.
But it is comic book, so anything is possible.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Who knows? Who knows what what happens in there? There are some mysterious things that are presented. There's this weird symbol that's a circle with
Oh yeah,
the circle, the little circles all around that, and then we see that multiple times. And I'm gonna give you a heads up real quick. There is oh man, where is it?
I mean, for every monitor, there's an anti-monitor, right? For every.
You know, I don't have access to that photo right now, but there is almost let's just say this. There's an origin story in Venom number 4 from 2018 that you can put this side by side and you will see the exact same pictures how Null was created. And you can, in this Wraith book, you can put them up there and you have Wraith on one side and then you have Null on the other side, but Null became darkness. And then on this other one, what is difference between those two pages is all of Null is in dark and all of Wraith is in bright, like light colors, like in sunlight and all that kind of stuff. You remember those scenes, right? When he's just kind of falling. Yeah. Okay. That basically right there. There are those same pages that mirror that same breakdown. And so they mention a certain something. Well, see, we can't even say it. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway,
but for every eternal warrior is an eternal enemy.
Yes. Yes. There is a light and a dark. And
yep.
So there it is. Web of Venom Wraith is available now at your local comic book shops.
I'd actually say pick it up. I mean that the artwork is good. I have to say I enjoyed it. First time I read Cates and is that Triple H?
See, and this is when you end up getting one of these kind of things. You know what I mean? See, for every light there's a dark. Anyway, no. But see, that's the thing. People make these exaggerated, like, the red eyes. We need to see the red eyes and stuff like that. This is the variant cover by Juan Jose Rip. Or Rip?
A Rip.
What is it? I don't know.
It's a Rip.
our next segment that we'd like to talk about is something that my brother came up with at last night. And by coincidence, we were looking at all these other things, and I didn't even realize how much they kind of coincided or they were very familiar in a way.
Mhm.
And so, you want to go ahead and talk about the book that?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there were two. I wanted to do something a little different, not just look back at an issue, but actually probably two influential crossovers, universe crossovers. Back from growing up into comics. But then we narrowed it down because like each crossover is a couple shows if we wanted to each, but we focused on, again, that's why it was funny talking about what Donny Cates reminds me of, because we're going to talk about Valiant Unity crossover. See that? Now,
Yep.
at this point in Valiant, they had Magnus and Solar pretty much. They were the driving force. They were already a couple of issues in, I believe, and so this crossover pretty much introduced people to their this universe, because I mean, to me, it's unprecedented. How many times would you see a crossover with so many number ones? I mean, right here, chapter 2, we're going to talk about chapter 1 right now, but chapter 2 is Eternal Warrior number 1. How brave do you think comic people would be now, comic companies, to, here's this big crossover, what is it, 13? I forgot how many chapters. But, oh yeah. So each,
and this is not even a fair representation, or is that the way they are? No, that is, because that's the hands.
Yeah, because it's the hands.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about this is all of those covers are drawn by Frank Miller.
Right.
Frank Miller. So again, this is a budding comic universe run by Jim Shooter and Bob Layton, former Marvel guys. And I mean, just look at that. Is like, how is that not? Like I said, Eternal Warrior number 1, Archer and Armstrong number 1. What number was?
And this is on the heels of Frank Miller had already established his name in the comic world with Daredevil and the Dark Knight Returns, and I mean, you name it. I mean, he'd been doing all kinds of stuff. Batman, right? Well, yeah, that's what I said. And then what else? I mean, well, he's been doing all kinds of other things and all that kind of stuff. So
the issue we're talking about, Unity, it was a free comic, chapter 1, Unity number 0. Drawn by Barry Windsor Smith. And he would continue on working with Valiant for a while, but I mean, his artwork it's, if you know Barry Windsor Smith, you know his artwork. And so this comic is not only drawn by Barry Windsor Smith, but it's inked by Bob Layton and written by Jim Shooter. It just introduces pretty much the beginning, the introduction to this crossover, and it's like, it's action packed. You don't know if things are coming left and right. Honestly, you pick this up, you're like, who are these characters? And then somehow they're able to have this story for Unity, but still give you a story about introduce the Eternal Warrior, which is one of my favorite Valiant characters. And they're able to introduce and bring together. And the cool thing is that, throughout this, it's not like the usual where, okay, well, we know who the good guys are, we know who the bad guys are. This to me is one of the cool things, because, these guys don't know each other from Adam on some of the cases. And so wherever they land, that's where they end up, forming their alliances.
So I thought we'd talk about, you know, just this crossover. To me, like I said, it was just for Valiant to do this. Even Magnus it had only been around a year or so.
So
But you know,
yeah,
those are already established characters from other companies of Magnus and Solar.
so
And actually, it's Turok. But anyway,
leading up to this, you know, the Valiant company, I guess they put this out. Obviously, you got to get people to know what your event is and your crossover thing. And I'm looking at the bottom to see if it just 1991. The copyright is 1991 for this particular ad that is on the screen right now, and so they obviously were getting people prepared. So if it's 91 and they're talking about that this stuff comes out in what is it, May, June, July, May, June, no wait, your free first chapter is in March. So in order for that so we're talking about maybe December. They're already talking about this in December of 91, I'm assuming. And it says major crossover event of 1992. The first chapter is free. During May and June, all Valiant titles will come together into one continuous universe spanning storyline, Unity. To introduce this incredible saga, Valiant will be giving away Unity number 0, a special issue containing the first chapter of Unity. Unity 0 features a 16-page story by Jim Shooter, Barry Windsor Smith, and Bob Layton, who conceived the entire Super Saga. So these three guys, according to this, all came up with this saga. Unity 0 will be available for free at comic shops, limited quantities. Don't miss out. Ask your comic store to reserve your free Unity 0 now and reserve the 8 chapters of Unity available in May, the 8 chapters available in June, and, of course, the conclusion issue. And that was going to be Unity 1. Valiant titles traditionally sell out quickly at most stores, and this 18-part saga will be the most sought after issues we've ever produced. All 8 Unity covers in May are by superstar Frank Miller. So Frank Miller was the top cat in, covers, getting him to do your covers. I mean, that was huge. I mean, that is, and they look awesome. The covers are awesome. Yeah. Be sure, don't miss the boat. Let the comic retailer know you want Unity, including the free first chapter, before March 15th. A word to the wise. So, and it says here down on the bottom, maybe you can fill in some of the gaps of who are these guys and what they've done before. It says it's going to featuring the talents of Ernie Colon, John Dixon, Stan Drake, Janet Jackson, David Lapham, David Lapham, Bob Layton, David Michelin. So there's the writer from Spider-Man. Frank Miller, Faye Przowicz, Ralph Reese, Jim Shooter, Walt Simonson, Barry Windsor Smith, and many more. Just that alone, dude, that's comic book Hall of Fame. A lot of those guys there. I mean, they have long tradition with DC, Marvel. Most of them seem to be in the Marvel stables, but this is huge. This is also before Image. The formation of this company, I'm assuming the company was already, when did the first issues were coming out? 90, 91?
Yeah, because I mean, if right now, during this time, it was Magnus number 16, I think, which was the first. Let's see, Magnus number 16 was that's chapter 12. So Magnus number 15. So like I said, it had already been out over a year by the time Unity came out, and Solar was just hitting about a year.
They were kind of getting the word out, establishing their company. They had the foundation, I guess, and it was I guess a plan was in effect, so that way they would lead up to an event that would help launch in some new characters also. And I think when you're kind of an upstart company and stuff like that, you want to be able to, have some kind of event to establish all your how they all connect and stuff like that. I mean, you obviously have a universe of some kind. Some of it takes place in the future. Some of it, is taking place, I guess, whatever the present time. And Unity, basically brings, the future. What, 4,000? Is that what it was? That was where Eternal Warrior was?
Magnus, and then and so Eternal Warrior. I mean, even issue number 1 starts off back in just pre-civilization days practically. But I mean, again, some of the things that this crossover, this event that this I would say, I mean, you barely have issues that are over a year old. They're new company to, not even like 8 issues in, one of their title characters, they just,
Yep.
And see, again, what people don't realize is that, Valiant, the movie just came out with Vin Diesel, Bloodshot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This character right here, Rye, that is his future. That's where the Blood of Heroes, which is in Bloodshot, ends up being. And so this comic title of Rye, in the crossover, he gets blown to smithereens. Yep. Like, who does that? Like, here's your title character. That's like Batman number 8 back in the 30s. Oh, he's dead,
Yeah, no, it's like you were saying, although Erica, one of Earth's greatest champions, Tohru Nakada,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the 42nd Rye. So that's like what Roland's saying. What we're seeing is the future. I mean, like way in the future of we're seeing. We're going through time of all kinds and stuff like that. And he dies while preventing the Unity happen. Unity is an event that Erica Pierce. Evil Erica Pierce, I guess. No, what is it? Future? Is that what it is?
No, it was an alternate.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Solar. Erica was with Solar when he became. See, and if you see,
that was kind of it wasn't really like a big event, but it was in that Solar book. It basically set the seed for what was going to happen, I guess, later on. Is that what it was happening in that
right.
issue? Yeah. Okay.
Because now everything is Valiant. But except for Magnus, Robot Fighter, Solar, Man of the Atom, and Turok, and their Western Publishing Company.
Right.
So these guys were able to get, golden age established characters. They were able to get golden age established characters and make them in their universe, and like they were the building blocks of this universe. Like Magnus and Solar were the Batman and Superman of Valiant. For a while, in a way, how they were the building blocks of what we ended up getting.
I mean, for just even for an upstart company, and then you end up killing off any characters. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, especially a character who has a book.
And they killed someone. Actually, someone was already dead, and they actually weaved one in Harbinger. Their story into their champion, their Superman of Magnus.
Right.
Which, I mean, again, they were able to integrate these old characters and make them part of Valiant, and to not only just say, yeah, they're in Valiant, but like, hey, Valiant in a way created I mean, it's
one thing that I have to say is that they didn't want to pull any punches. They wanted to go ahead and shock, some of the readers sometimes. They wanted to make it that anything can happen at any time, that they're not just going to be safe because they're part of the book. You could lose a major character, and that's part of what it was.
If I recall, they even foresaw and told one of the heroes the year they were going to die. If I recall, didn't they tell Shadow Man in '97 he was going to die?
Yep. Yep. And then
I mean that
yeah, they're
they did.
basically, yeah, and that I thought that was kind of interesting that and that's what I think would made these even more so sought after and stuff like that.
Comics.
It's interesting here because they end up doing something that Image ends up doing later on. It's called the Red Incentive Edition. Unity Zero was issued in red background instead of the blue that you traditionally see. While it was not part of the gold book per se, it was similar that it was they gave like one copy for the retailer for as a reward for themselves and for their customers, I guess, for participating in the events and all that kind of stuff, or maybe buying all the books and and selling them and all that kind of stuff. So that became a hot commodity as well. In 92, marketing, our intentions is to share them with our loyal customers. Allotments of every reorder of 100 copies were mixed of May and June Valiant titles in order to receive one of these limited, extremely rare editions. One of Barry Windsor Smith's most iconic covers in that Valiant era, the red logo version of the regular covers had only 5,000 copies printed. And this is still talking, I guess, about Unity Zero. 2% of that print run, or like a 1 in 50 incentive variant. That's what it basically was. The original distribution methods were unknown. So nobody knew exactly how these things were given out. But, they were basically doing something that probably reestablished what we know as variant issues. And those kind of incentive books, giving to the retailers and all that kind of stuff as thank yous and all that kind of stuff. Here's a copy of Unity 1 Gold and Unity 1 Platinum, released 2 months later in October of 92. The marketing plan cites Unity 1 Platinum. We want to reward you and Diamond together as a team for ordering and promoting Unity program to our highest level of expectations, reaching beyond the gold to achieve the platinum. This special limited edition of Unity 1 will also be printed along with the regular Unity 1 and sent to Diamond, who will forward them to you. One copy for every retailer that made up Diamond's Unity orders. Again, we want to thank you. So that was the platinum one. So I'm assuming the platinum book had less or more. I don't know. But just to let you know, I picked up a Unity 1 Gold.
Really?
It was just lying in that thrift store in Portland. It was like $3-4.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's less than X amount of whatever 5,000 copies or whatever the case may be. So, and I know that was a book that I never thought, none of these gold books, I never thought I would get any of those. They were the Valiant books were very special to us. I think that the writing, it was something that was very different. Don't get me wrong. We loved our Marvel books. We loved everything about them, and we would talk and debate them and stuff like that. It just felt different when we were reading these books. You know what I mean? It felt like, I don't know what.
Well, I mean, I know we haven't really talked about it, but back during this time, Robert and I and my brother Richard and my friend Ray, we all sat down and and it was pretty much because of Unity. We created our own universe, and I still have like 3 issues that I scripted out of my comic. We would stay up all night. We would go in our corners. I remember this. Rob was very, very structured on this. He's like, all right, we're going to spend 2 or 3 hours coming up by ourselves. And so here we are in the house, 1 in the morning, and 4 o'clock, we're going to get back together. And, but we'd also be playing hockey, Genesis hockey and Aerobiz and all this other crazy stuff. Monopoly, all the same time.
It wasn't enough to have a season of a particular sport on our video games and stuff like that. We had to nurture the mind and create all these. Okay, I want to see what is going to be your book 1, and then how's that going to connect to book 2, and then we're going to have a crossover event over here.
I'm serious, and then in the middle of it, because we were like, okay, we're gonna step away from
we're not going to use the word mutants. We're not going to do this and that. And then, like, even in the planning system, he's like, all right, stop. Create new characters. We're going to go superhero. And it's like, but
Yep.
we took over the world in this universe. We were like, okay, we had a draft. Okay, you're going to get London. You get Japan. It was like
Aerobiz.
Risk. Aerobiz and Risk. It's like,
Yeah.
and so we would come together and then have our arguments of like, all right, well, we're going to have, we're going to meet up. Right? Okay, so I'm going to do this. Oh, well. And then all of a sudden, my friend Ray became Eric Cartman. No, he has this power that can block your mental things. Like, no, well, you didn't say that before. Now, well, he has it. And then he's going to go back in time and kill the Pope. We were like, what? But hey, but we were all, it was because of Unity. It was because the crossover, like the event that they did, inspired us so much that, oh my gosh, like, you fell in love with Valiant through this. It gave you the ins and outs of these characters that, and some of them they just introduced, and some of them they just like they changed the direction they were going, and it just it made us want to create. And it was around that time I was like, man, I want to do a comic. And
So now that you know what Donny Cates is, and here's the headline. Crossover Image debuts first look at Kate and Shaw's explosive new series. Image has released the first look of Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw's crossover, which brings explosive comic book events to the real world. And I'm going to go step by step in this so that way we can...
Is anywhere it says time is not absolute anywhere in this?
So,
because
so
in
the cover,
Unity,
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm keep talking. I'm going to look for the rainbow.
So basically, we have crossover, and look at the little circles all over the place in there in the thing. So we have a kid who's opening up a book, and rainbow everything is jumping at his face. I don't know if he's turning into pixels or it's just blowing his face off. And it's basically, that's how heavy duty this comic is going to blow your mind.
So let me guess. Is that kid, like, his mother just died recently and he didn't go out for the swim team? Your dad made your dad going, yeah, it's time to get over your mom's death.
Yeah, get over it. And so here we go. We're going to... Yes, sir. Yeah, so there's your first look. It says that's your first glimpse of the guy looking at the book, but those are the panels that are playing out. It's total chaos. What we're seeing here is something that looks like Shazam, flying around. Of course, it's let me ask you a question and pay attention. This will be on the final. Who is more real? And then he's shooting some shit out of his hand while he's flying towards these bad dudes, and then it says us, and that's so I don't know, and then we zoom out, or Superman. That's what it says right there. Yeah, you're real, and you walk around, and your friends you affect change. You want to say it's us, right? Of course you do, and sure, I get it, but really think about it. You, me, and all of us. You'll do all of that. You'll live and you'll love and you'll grow. And then, well, let's face it, relatively soon, we will all die. And even most successful of you will have never made as much of an impact on this world as fictional character of Superman. So there you go. He's mentioned Superman twice in this thing, this lead up.
In Image.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, in an Image book.
Another panel from crossover.
Yeah,
we have that right there.
There you go. Yeah.
And then there's another one. Just the way you were seeing.
I'm just gonna go through some of this. So then we go and starts getting into it again. And then now all this light, obviously there's somebody reading a book. Yeah. And then it says, all chaos is going through this window. And I guess it's going to show.
Like a chaos effect?
Yeah, yep. stories, myth, legends, they are not fiction. And so obviously this kid is getting blasted or whatever. And now we're in this Denver, Colorado. Look at the way they do the whole thing up in the top, dude. Dun, 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 dun. Aha. Aha.
Didn't I just show that?
We saw that in Unity when they do the date and everything. Denver, Colorado, January 11th, 2017.
Muskogee, Oklahoma. And all
They're a virus, and they're spreading. And you see all the little superhero dudes all flying around in the back with all kind of powers and giants, and everything's exploding all over the place. And then you got total apeshit chaos happening on the planet with all the little superheroes. I'm pretty sure they're remnants of heroes that we know and all that. Oh, look what's happening down here.
Nolan Void. Oh, Kira.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, my shirt. I got my shirt.
Yeah, there you go. So there you go, brother. It's called Crossover. The official press release says God Country creative team reunites for the most explosive comic book event of the year in the new series Crossover. Image is pleased to announce the powerhouse creative team, and these are the guys. All these guys have gone off. They did something called God Country, and they went off and they became all Venom and Nailbiter, Redneck, and Thanos Wins. They all went off and did all these series, and now they brought that whole team back to create this crossover event. This mind-bending ongoing series will take the best of comic book launch events and up the dose of energy and shock value to the next level in November. So this is going to come out in November.
Everything we just said. Everything we just talked about. Everything we just talked about with Unity, the launch event. Man.
Yeah. So there you go, and it ties in so nicely with the whole thing about crossovers and the importance of a crossover.
What am I wearing?
There you go. Yeah.
Now, interesting story about this shirt. This shirt is almost 30 years old. I got this shirt in junior high.
There you go.
Along with the Speed Racer shirt and that other Akira shirt with Tetsuo with the arm. Yeah.
Those two turned out to look like Tetsuo.
Yeah. This one, like I said, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It's
held up.
It even has the clown.
Yeah, the clown. Yeah, you could probably sell that for quite a bit since it's an original. Wow. So basically, I don't know how somebody could get a hold of Unity unless you go onto eBay. I mean, you can get digitally. I'm assuming it's available out there.
Yeah, because I remember a while back before Bloodshot came out, I think Comixology was like, "Oh, check out the Valiant universe, all the old issues." And it was funny because when I was in Qatar, they had this box of like books and stuff people donated. And I was going through, I'm like, oh man, there's comic books in here. I found some Archer and Armstrongs, some Secret Weapons. I mean, dude, I was finding like this dude was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to give you my Valiant collection. I'm like, dude. And one of them was Archer and Armstrong Zero, but it wasn't the gold. But it was, I was like, man, this dude just gave up his childhood. I was there to collect.
You were there to collect it. Anything? I guess that's a good place that we can end on that.
Well, and so I have something to talk about.
Sure.
Well, so I knew this was going to happen. The moment that I started.
You're going to say that. Oh, you got wait. Okay, is it a Zine G, or do we do our Comic Book Wednesday for coming up, or do you want to save it for the end of that, or when do you want to do it?
Okay, I'll save it for the end.
Okay, we're going to do it for the end. That way, people turn off the thing and get all sad and everything. Never mind.
Spoilers.
Okay. Spoiler alert. Okay, so Comic Book Wednesday, September 16th, 2020. I'm going to go through a couple of companies. I got some DC for a change, and we're going to go ahead and let's take a look at we're going to look at the DC, what they have to offer. And my brother does not know anything what DC has been doing, just like all the other companies. So I
know Jim Lee's around, so
we got this. This is Batman 99.
I believe that's Rufio from Pan, or Peter or Hook. I'm sorry, that's
Yeah.
Rufio from Hook.
Yeah. This is we're getting either the end of Joker War. This is a Francisco Matina variant, but it is a Joker War book. Um, it's just, to me, it's just freaking cool. Batman has got even extremely. It's so dark that it's, you wonder what color things are going on. I think just the imagery and everything like that. If you're a cover guy, this is something you've already bought, 5 copies of, and you're putting them away and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and take a deeper look into it. It's part of the Joker War. Joker War. This is part 5 of 6. Things have changed as Batman realizes he can't fight this war alone. He's gonna need help. Before he faces down the Joker, he must call up. Oh, I don't know what the hell that was. He must call up his trusty partner, Dick Grayson. But can Dick reclaim his lost memories in time to join the battle? This basically is Dick Grayson. This is what
I honestly think that should be the tagline. Like, go back. Let me read that again.
But can Dick reclaim his lost memories in time to join the battle?
And just that. Don't even say is Dick Grayson. Just can Dick reclaim. I mean, that right there.
Yeah, it's the Joker War. This is their battle. Like, he's using Negan's bat. Can't even find his own bat.
Yes.
I think that you got specs all over the place, and then you can see his like fade. I'm wondering if he's even wearing a Batman mask or the Robin mask under there, or paint or something. I don't know what's under there. I don't.
Well, you have to wear some type of like eyeshadow.
But yeah, this is pretty freaking heavy duty. I like it, and I'm not a big. I don't know. I haven't bought anything Batman related. So also coming out next week. That's next week. And obviously it's before issue 100. Not that matters, because the next issue actually matters. It's called Batman. It's Detective Comics. Check this out. Detective Comics number 1027.
Oh.
And I think it's the what is it? The anniversary of how many times Batman has appeared, or something of that nature. And this is. And these, by the way, are the issues that I'm recommending that people get. Okay, so that one, you still see the guy, the Dick Grayson one or whatever, the Joker War one?
Yep.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Look how many pages that is, dude. 144.
Nice.
I remember when it used to be like 50-page, 80-page spectacular. No, we're now at 144. I don't even know what kind of binding that would be that is being used on these books.
So that's like, it's weird. It gives me a Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon feel.
Oh, the thing where it says Batman in the Detective comic,
and the colors, yeah,
the whole thing. Okay, and let's read what it is. This is the Joker War blank variant. So it says, like the bat signal, because Detective Comics 1027 is here in honor of Batman's first appearance in Detective Comics 27. This special book size celebration brings you the biggest names in comics as they chronicle the most epic Batman adventures Gotham City and the DC Universe have ever seen. The world's greatest detective has a mountain of cases to crack. Who murdered Gotham's most corrupt police officer? What does the Joker's annual visit mean to Bruce Wayne? Most importantly, what Wayne Tech mystery will sow the seed of the next epic Batman event? All this and more await you within the pages of the biggest Batman issue of all. There you go. So, more pages, more Batman, more blue. You can't get any more Batman than that. And obviously, it's like all the other events. There's like a jillion covers, but I just thought, I'd kind of go with this one. It's real.
That looks pretty cool. Okay.
And that's for DC. That's what we got for DC going on. Now for Image, I'm gonna go ahead and get that up and going. There was only, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a couple of cool things I saw in Image, but this is the one that just jumped out at me. And it for the last 2 months actually, I had been eyeballing this one, and now it's already due. It's called Stillwater. Its artwork is freaking really wicked. You got the cityscape up at the top with the whole back is in black and red, the background, and then in the foreground you see the Stillwater name in this bold yellow color.
Is this from
And
the boys?
Chip Zardinsky, is he from the boys?
I don't know.
And but and then Ramon Perez is the artwork, and it seems a skull looking mother holding a child, and that's the best I can do on that cover. But anyway, nope, I don't see that. It says series premiere. Nobody dies in the town of Stillwater, and that is not
Oh.
just a promise; it's a threat. Join superstar writer Chip Zdarsky, writer I guess of White Trees and Daredevil, and Eisner Award-winning artist Ramon K. Perez. I was like, what the hell are they doing there? And
Ramen?
he did Jim Henson's Tale of San Jane. Okay, as they dive into the world of horror and intrigue in this ongoing Skybound series. So it is part of the Image imprint, but I don't know. It just looks pretty dang cool. I thought that would be that's my Image pick. That one, this is coming out. This coming up Wednesday. So when you go, now we're going to look at Marvel. Now Marvel has at least 2 books that I thought are must picks. And mind you guys, go to previewworld.com. You can see all the books that are coming out for this coming up week, and then you can read and look at all the cool covers, and then you guys can figure out what is next on the horizon of what you want to get. So, all right.
Because in the end, it all. I mean, what's important is you get what you like. You
Yes.
get what you want to read. I mean, this is coming from me. You don't always need to get something that that you think just for investment. My view on this is that these guys make comics for people to read, not to just hang up in their.
So Black Winter has come. Black Winter has done its stuff, but now we have Thor number 7, and it seems the hammer's a little bit hard to pick up these days. So everybody's kind of reaching for the hammer. Sounds like a MC Hammer song, but Donny Cates is giving us some stuff. So there is something wrong, and this is a poor time for All-Father of Asgard to lose his primary weapon. The Golden City is in chaos after Galactus' ill-timed visit, and there's a new threat on the horizon. Thor needs his hammer now more than ever, and yet the year grows heavier with every passing day. What will it take for the God of Thunder to hang on to one of the most powerful weapons in the multiverse? So everybody's trying to help him out here. He's having some troubles. So
The multiverse.
yeah, I know. It's very interesting he mentions that. You know what I mean? So it's
interesting.
It's interesting choice of words too. But so that's that. Thor 7. I think it's for Marvel. I think that's a really good one to pick. And then I got this thing here. Doesn't that guy kind of look familiar? I wonder if it's the same guy.
Zero. It looks like Zero, really.
Yeah, they call him the Summoner, and he's been appearing in X-Men.
Okay,
And
he
so-
looks like you put the. He looks like it wasn't his name Zero. The Stripes guy.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, doesn't he kind of look a little bit like Solom too? I don't know if it's the same
Oh,
cat or not, or that just
Yeah.
that way, or he doesn't have his hood on, or. But I'm looking for like tattoos and stuff. He's got just that big circle on there, but I don't know. To me, it's kind of interesting. It just says X-Men 12, the summoning begins, a lead into the biggest X story of the summer. So if that's not if that's
So
not the ringing of the bell,
so look up real quick Zero from Mutant Liberation Front.
is this him? Zero looking? Well, they call him Sumner right here. They just keep calling him
Okay,
Sumner.
well,
He's got like some kind of freaky kiss looking thing going on, or Marilyn Manson kind of thing. And then look who they bring out.
hey.
Yeah. And then he's all here smiling and all kinds of that, thinking it's a game and stuff like that. And it
Oh,
says,
that was Emma Frost.
do I look like a player of games? And he goes, yes, very much so. And just what I think he would sound like.
I thought that was Emma Frost.
But no, you know what I mean. I think if you're wanting to take a chance, I think this might be a good chance to kind of launch into the X-Men. If you haven't already been reading X-Men, I think that might be a pretty good issue to kind of
Meet the X-Men's new arch-nemesis, Marilyn Manson.
just when you thought it was safe to go in the pool. Never mind. And I'm gonna pick a wild card one here, and it is pricey, but I think it is probably one of the coolest things that I ever saw. Let me see where I could find out. You know where it's at. Tenacious D Post-Apocalypto, and it is from Fantagraphics, and they always have some really cool books and stuff like that. And I think that's the only place that you could actually put something out like this. Writing, Tenacious D. Artwork, Tenacious D. There was a film, there was an album, there was a tour, and now the final piece of Tenacious D's masterful post-apocalypto universe, the graphic novel, complete with accompanied audio. Yeah. So they basically started putting this together, I guess, in the fall of 2018, and I'm just kind of zooming through this real quick. It looks like it will include some music as well. So I think that, a band that has taken everybody all over the place, it's saying suggested retail price of $29.99. I'm pretty sure you can find it some places for maybe $25, $24 or something like that. But, there it is, hardcover Tenacious D. The D is in the house, and now they're in your comic book store. Well, in your in fine, like they always say, in fine comic book stores everywhere. You probably find this in maybe what is it, Barnes and Noble. I don't know if anybody's going to be carrying that here locally in the comic book store wise, but if you want to get a copy of that, you probably definitely want to do some searching, look on Amazon, look or reach out to your local comic book store and see if they can get you a copy of that. I mean, that's what they're there for. They're there to help you with your comic needs and all that kind of good stuff. So,
but don't let on that it's a hot comic or a Jack.
Yeah. They're gonna jack. Oh, yeah, that was $49.99. But then again, I don't even know what the print run is. This it is a hardcover edition, and it could fly off the shelves. They might have just made a couple thousand, and that's it. And then it goes into trade paperbacks, and then all digital. You have to go to download all the songs or something like that. But that is what's coming out this Sunday. This Sunday. It is Sunday. That's what's coming out on Wednesday, on Comic Book Wednesday, on the, what is it, the 16th, I said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, for Comic Book Wednesday on the 16th. So that wraps it up for another edition of... Roland had... now I guess we're going to talk about... He had some news.
Yeah. Well, a couple of shows ago, pretty much when I first started doing this show, I'd lost my job. And during that time, I found my comic creation coming back. And during this time, I was, of course, first things first, I was looking to keep my life afloat, support my family. And well, on Friday, had an interview and I got a job. The bittersweet part of it is that I'm leaving Texas and I'm moving to California. You know, it's hard, but I'm gonna end up. I'm gonna actually put my comic on hiatus while I start the job, and I'm not gonna have a lot of my digital equipment to digitally produce this, but I will be getting a sketchbook and laying everything out, drawing it. Hell, I might even ink it, and maybe I'll scan it and then I'll digitally re-ink it and stuff like that. But I'm going to continue working on this book, and I'll, even if it's just doing this by hand for right now, it'll be, I'm going to end up posting it. And the great thing is, because of this podcast, I'll still be able to do this podcast. And it'll just be for me at an earlier time, and hopefully not, comic book stores getting on fire and stuff. But so it's a big change for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been there. You've been to that neck of the woods before too. I mean, that's
yes. That was my first command in the Navy. That was my first duty station. So I'm heading back. So I know the area. But yeah, no, it's just like I said. I'm from Texas. I'm from here. I'm around my family. I'll be moving. Actually, close to. I'll be moving again, close to my other. My in-laws, the other half of the family. And of course, as always, for some reason that I do things, I have to be in California by next week. So, so I'm going to be, and that's why I'm saying I have to forge ahead, the pioneer days, and call for my family when I'm staked a claim and, killed a bear or something. And so it's, so I'm still going to be putting content out on Metal Jaw Comics. I'm going to keep drawing. I'm going to keep my like I said, I'm going to be doing my comic, laying everything out. So even if I'm not posting that, I'm going to constantly be posting artwork, maybe things to come, maybe that one picture of things to come and have an Omega Red right there. It might be a future peak of something I'm not going to release until next year, and who knows. But yeah, that's my big news. I got a job and I'm moving. Big change in my life, and so that'll be a little bit chronicled here on the last, the sign-offs of the shows of how everything's going. But like I said, keep following Metal Jaw Comics on Facebook, and you'll still see artwork. I'm still working on, I plan on having at least this cover done that I'm working on, and I'll explain more of what I'm doing there. But so I'm still going to be part of this podcast with my brother, just be in the other side of the country.
Congratulations. I think that's pretty cool. And now we have some West Coast representation. No, but no, that's actually no, that's awesome. It's kind of weird. I mean, just when you're, but the thing is that the spark is there, and you can still, because you were saying that you were putting thoughts and stories and all that kind of stuff together, and you wanted to go into a kind of a different direction as well. So
I was actually moving. I was going to change my format and do it almost like a graphic novel, where I was going to be not just doing 4-panel, 3-panel story progression, but whole pages, and moving it on like that, and kind of having chapters. I was going to change from just ZNG to the ZNG universe. And one of the big things was spoiler, I'm going to be reintroducing a character that I created back when I was just talking about when I was a teenager and we were creating this universe. The reason why my son's middle name is what it is. So I'm excited about that. I'm trying to look for some of the old pictures, because it turns out I grew up to be him. Because in the comic, he had a long black beard,
and long hair. And at one point, I ended up looking like that. So I was my character I created. So I'm looking for a picture of that so I can post.
Now you got me. Now you got me wondering.
We can't find it because it unless you can look through some of those old Mac discs. But there was a picture I photoshopped of myself back when I was in high school where it was like an upshot, but then I photoshopped a beard and long hair, and then I was thinking, wow, I ended up looking like that because that's how I drew my character, with glasses and long beard and long hair and all in 90s and
Comic Book Wednesday got some great issues out there. Go visit your local comic book shops. If you can, go pick up Web of Venom Wraith. You will not be disappointed in that. That is a great starting point for what they all have planned in October, November, December, January, February, March, April. for everything that is Venom. And of course the X-Men have a great launching off point as well, so you can get ready for Solom Select, and then you can get on to the whole craze of arch-nemesis. But other than that, that was Rip Comics, and I want to thank you for joining us this evening or morning or whenever you happen to catch this broadcast. But until next time, I'm Rob.
And I'm Roll.
And we'll catch you later.